everyone, here we are with our two students Rahul and Riddhi to practice follow-up questions that are expected in September 2022. So let's start with Riddhi. Do people value free things less as compared to the items they purchase, and why?
In my opinion, people do not care about the things which they received as a free gift. In fact, they take care of the things which they get with the help of their hard-earned money, because they think that they have spent heavy amount of money on it.
Is there anything more valuable than money?
Yes, there are many things which are more valuable than money, like parents, friends, as well as comfort zone. In my opinion, my most preferable thing than money is my parents.
What other things do people value more than money?
In my opinion, people think there are various things which are very important than money, such as emotions, relations, and many more.
All right. What do you prefer to use to communicate, words or images?
Well, I used to communicate with my friends with words because it is most good communication to my friends, because it is the most preferable for me.
Why it is preferable?
Because with words I can communicate with my friends easily, because this is the most important factor from where I can express my emotions and feelings towards my friends.
What things should people need to remember?
There are various things which people have to remember, such as the birthdays, anniversaries, and the task which they have to do in the office.
How can people remember information better?
I think they can remember the things by setting the reminders in their phone.
How can people improve their memory?
Well, there are many ample of things from where people can improve their mental health by meditation, as well as they have to write strict notes on daily routine in their rooms as well as in their refrigerator.
All right. Do people become friends because they have a similar personality?
I think that there are various reasons due to which they become friends, not only because of the similar taste, as they have good understanding and they think they can live together happy in a long term.
How do people in your country behave to a new person when they meet for the first time?
Well, in my country, people, when they meet for the first time, they first greet them with greetings like namaste, and then they make comfort zone with them by communicating about their tradition as well as about their country. Then afterwards, they share their thoughts as well as they share thoughts about their cultural food.
How can we make people comfortable for the first time when we meet them?
I believe that when people meet the other people for the first time, they should try to make them comfortable by discussing the things of their own reason, so that they can take interest in communicating with them.
How do people maintain social contact with co-workers or colleagues?
Well, there are ample of things from where they can make social contact, like social media, as well as they can organize some parties in their offices, so they can get together with them. By this, they increase their communication level, as well as the friendship between colleagues are also built up, which helps to the company because of the real bond with their colleagues. It helps to increase the earning of company.
Do you think it's a good idea for companies to give breaks to their employees?
Yes, it is good if company give a break to the employees, because it help in getting their lost energy, as it is a good way to revive the energy.
All right. Is social media important, and why?
Yes, nowadays social media is very important, because nowadays everything is on social media, like businesses, information, as well as entertainment purpose, like Instagram, where I can also see many informative videos through many of social media accounts, as well as there are also news channels which are very informative in my daily routine. But on the other side, I also help to communicate with my friends, and also I share many reels to them, because it is also entertainment purpose for me.
Where do people get more information from nowadays?
I feel people get more information with the help of technology, as this is the technological era. They get the information from various kind of social websites like Facebook, Twitter, as the recent information is updated on these websites.
Do older people get information from different sources?
In my opinion, nowadays people do not get information from different sources because nowadays there are similar gadgets like mobile phone as well as television. But yes, here I would like to talk about past. From past, many people get information from newspaper as well as radio. There are very less radio for in cities, but people get information from magazines also. But nowadays this trend is becoming very low, so people do not have much time because of fast pace of life, so they usually get information from mobile phones as well as from televisions.
Do you think inventions are making people lazy?
Of course, invention has make the people lethargic because they are totally rely on the technology for completing their tasks. Such as, if I talk about the domestic level, most of the women like to do the task with the help of the gadgets as they avoid to do the task with their manual efforts.
What do you think makes people invent new things?
I feel necessity is the mother of invention because whenever the people in need, they like to discover the new things, so they get encouragement from their needs.
Okay. To what extent should people use technology?
Well, nowadays it is very necessary for people to use technology because everything is on technology based, like computers, mobile phones as well as internet. Internet is also a technology based because everything is on social media, websites, and some are security purposes also used in agencies like CBI, which use technological computer based. So this is the thing why nowadays technology is important.
In what way are inventions affecting people?
I think inventions has affected the people negatively because they totally rely on them for completing their task, because they think that all the tasks should be done by the gadgets in the future only, as they avoid to do the task themselves. So owing to this, they become lethargic.
Do you think in certain fields invention should do the work that people used to do?
Yes, I feel that invention should do the things which are done by the people nowadays, such as I feel in future in the food courts the food will be served by the robots, so people will out of the work at that time.
Do you like surprises? If yes, why? If no, why not?
Yeah, yes, I like surprises because they are very important in everyone's life. Because if a person gets surprised, he become very excited for that thing. Here, I would like to talk about one occasion when I got surprised from my parents. It was a mobile phone. When I passed my 10th grade, I got a good scores. On that occasion, my parents gifted me a Apple mobile phone. So I get surprised from them because they are very strict. They are also against this mobile phone, so I got a surprise from them because they gifted me a mobile phone.
Do you think doing things spontaneously is a good idea, and why?
Yes, it is good idea because I think it helps in realizing the real potential of the people who are doing these kind of tasks without any kind of pre-planning.
How do unexpected situations make people feel?
I think sometimes they fail to cope up with the unexpected situations as they become nervous at that time because they are not ready for those things.
Why do some people feel stressed when things don't go according to plan?
Because people have prepared a lot for the things, but whenever they get the unexpected results, they feel stressed.
Okay. Is it important to participate in competitions?
Well, yes, it's very important to participate in competitions because it enhance or also motivate the candidates, because competitions candidates face many competitors. Because of that, they also get motivation from them. They also learn new skills in which they are very weak. So this is the main important part for candidates nowadays to took part in competitions.
To take part.
Take.
Are there more competitions for young children or adults?
Well, in schools there are many competitions like chess competition, quiz competition, but when they come in colleges, they are less compared to schools, because in college some people get shy, so they do not take part in competitions. But on the other side, the students who want to learn new things, they also take participates in competitions to improve their skills.
They also participate, okay?
Participate.
Why do people take part in competitions?
I feel that people take part in the competition because they want to showcase their skills in the front of the general public. Apart from this, it will help in getting them to realize their real potential, because whenever they do the things in a competitive way, they can get reward for it.
Why are some competition shows on TV so popular?
These days, people feel monotonous by watching the daily soaps, therefore, they like to watch the things through which they can get encouragement. Many of the competition shows, such as DID, Indian Idol, help the people in realizing their potential and allow them to come in the front of the general public to showcase their talent. Due to these reasons, these are very popular among the general public.
Do people in your country prefer to live in a house or apartment?
Well, nowadays apartments are in trend because due to facilities as well as security purpose, because everyone has a same pool, gym for in apartments, because the modern structure, they build new swimming pools as well as gyms for the person who live in that apartment.
Is it important to own a house or apartment in your country?
Of course, house is one of the rudimentary needs of people. Therefore, everyone has a dream to construct his own house. In fact, the people who live in the rented apartment have a dream to construct their own house one day.
Do you think there is a pressure on young people to buy a house or apartment in your country?
I think that young people do not have such kind of pressure, as they have another pressures in this competitive era, such as to compete the other in the competition. So they do not bother about these things to build a house of their own.
Can people in your country buy a house easily?
Well, in my country, people can buy a house easily because there are many facilities in banks to take a loan. But it also depends on the income of person to person.
What is the difference between houses in cities and villages?
In villages, people like to construct the house which reflect the culture of their village, whereas in cities, people like to build the modular kitchen, modular house, which so that they can live a comfortable and luxurious life.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of owning a house?
I feel that owning house is quite advantageous for the people, because they can do anything according to their wish, such as they can organize the party, they can change the infrastructure as per their desires. However, in the rented apartment, there are a lot of restrictions imposed on them by the landlord. But if I talk about the drawback, the people who do not have such kind of money to construct the large house, at that time the maintenance cost matters a lot for them to maintain their own house.
Does climate affect the interior design of a house?
Sometimes the coastal regions where there is a lot of rain, at that time the interior of the house is affected due to the excess of the rain. The people has to suffer the conditions like the wet walls and the termite like issues.
What types of stories do children in your country enjoy?
Well, in my country, children like to listen stories of heroes as well as their idols, because idols plays an important role in children's life. They want to become like them. Like I want to become like a freedom fighter. So this is the main reason children listen these types of stories.
Listen to.
Listen to.
Why do people prefer listening to stories?
I feel people like to listen these stories because they get moral messages from these stories, as many of the grandparents like to tell the stories of their religious events to their grandchildren, so that they can impart knowledge regarding their religion.
What is the difference between the stories younger and older children like to listen to?
Well, younger children wants to listen the stories which are like comic stories as well as adventurous. But on the other side, older people want to listen their history, their culture as well as their tradition.
What can people teach children through storytelling?
As I said earlier, they can teach various kind of moral, social values, even the good manners through these stories. I remember a story which is told by my grandfather when I was in 8th class. It was a story about the union is a strength.
Okay, Rahul, what do older people in your country do to keep fit?
Well, in my country, older people do numerous of things to get them fit, like morning walk as well as they also go for a gym. But on the other side, they also do meditation, because mental health is also important due to pressure of modern life.
How can we spread awareness among older people about exercise?
I think it is the core accountability of the health experts to create the awareness among the old people regarding the healthy habits such as doing physical activities like brisk walk or doing yoga or laugh at the peak of their note, because these kind of things help in preventing them from becoming prey to many diseases, but this can be done only through the encouragement and the awareness.
What can be done in order to keep children healthy?
Well, nowadays children become very lazy due to the technology. They only play on gadgets. But parents should aware their children by send them in on games. Like they also put in sports academies so they become fit.
Okay. Is it important to have leisure activities?
Of course, I think recreational activities help the people in exploring their hidden talents. Not only this, but also help in cutting their free time.
What are the common leisure activities in your country?
Well, in my country, in leisure time, people used to spend their time on Netflix, as well as they also improve their skills like painting, dancing, and singing.
Usually, not used
Usually.
to. Okay. What is the purpose of leisure activities for people in the younger age group?
I think that the leisure activities play a significant role in the life of youngsters because they think that it helps in breaking their monotony of the routine task, as well as it helps in getting relief from their worries of the life. Along with this, by doing the leisure activities, they do the task which they feel happy.
How about older age group?
If I talk about the grey hair masses, they usually avoid to do the leisure activities because after 60s they get retired and they most of the time spend with their families as they were failed to do in the past because of their work.
Don't you think after that age they are more into leisure activities because they are not working anymore?
Uh, I feel that they avoid to do the leisure activities because of their health conditions, as they think that age factor restrict them to do so because most of the leisure activities require physical stamina. So they instead of spending the leisure activity by doing the activities that are enthusiastic in nature, they like to worship the god or they like to spend quality time with their members of family.
Why do you think leisure activities are important for all the generations?
Well, leisure activities are very important nowadays because due to pressure of their career as well as due to the high pace of life, people do not get leisure time. So these activities plays an important role everyone's life, and as well as by due to these activities, people. Families become together. Like in my family, I used to spend leisure time with my grandparents as well as with my parents.
Not used to again? I
Usually.
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 Fine. Alright, this is the end of this session. Thank you.